Some of them can see us, some of them still can't. So let's wait 10 more seconds until everyone confirms. Can you just react with emojis if you can see
Yep,
or
yep.
hear us? Can you just try that? Okay. Mm, can't. Okay, let me just.
So entries will be taken in for the participation. Yep. Good luck, folks.
Absolutely. And now to begin with, now that we are done with the bounty announcements, you already know what to do. So don't hold back. Take a lot of notes from today's session. And today's session will be hands-on. So make sure you're joining in from your laptop if possible. If not, no worries. You can always watch the recording and try to emulate the same again. But highly recommend you joining from the laptop because if you have any questions, we can resolve that on the go and we'll resolve them towards the end as well. So with that, are you ready? Please show us some emoji love before we jump right in. We had a bumpy technical start today, but let's not hold back from that. Awesome, awesome. Lots of emojis. Thanks, host. Thanks for the support as always. Please welcome Team MetaMask onto the stage. MetaMask is the world's largest self-custodial wallet with over 20 million users last I checked.
Yeah.
So, and MetaMask is also an ecosystem partner in the learning series. So, huge thanks to them. Tonight we have Manbir, Jacob, and Eric from the team for a hands-on workshop with us. For now, we'll be joined by Manbir, and then Jacob and Eric will be joining soon throughout the session. So, super excited for this. Let me just bring up Manbir onto the stage,
Yep.
and you should be able to
Can we have some
see.
Manbir OP in the chat, folks? Manbir OP.
Absolutely. Let's
Show
do
some
some
love.
Manbir OP. Show him some love. Team
Yeah.
MetaMask is on fire. Manbir, how are you doing?
Hey everyone, hi Aditya, hi Abhay. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here, and yeah, all excited to be doing this session.
Likewise, super excited for the session tonight. A lot of our users are just getting started in Web3, so they are super curious to learn what a wallet is, how a wallet works, and how to set up one, right? So I'm pretty sure they are as excited as all of us for tonight's session. So let's get this going. Manveer, would you want to share your screen or maybe introduce yourself and talk about MetaMask a bit to kick this off? Over to you.
Absolutely, I'll go ahead with sharing my screen with my speaker slide. Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen.
All right.
Yeah.
So, hey again, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to this session, this hands-on session where we get to take a deeper dive into Web3 ecosystem and get to learn how MetaMask works and how you can get started with everything Web3, right? So a little about me. Uh, I'm Manbir and I'm a community manager at Consensus for MetaMask. And I'm based out of Delhi. Always curious to learn new things, always curious to learn something new every day. And while working as a community manager at Consensus, I strongly believe that technology holds the power to advance how we organize and lead the economy. And democratizing the internet would be a foundational step towards that. Right. So, shall we get started?
Yep, yep, yep.
Absolutely,
All right.
Mandir. Let's get this rolling. Already some emoji. I know you can't see the Airmid screen right now, but
Yeah,
we
right.
already have a.
Cool. So a quick session check. So we'll be doing these things basically hands-on with MetaMask. What exactly is MetaMask? How we can install and set it up, networks, custom RPCs, sending and receiving crypto, MetaMask Swaps, Etherscan, NFTs, adding a custom token, Ethereum name service, followed by a session by Jacob on how and why we democratize access to the web, followed by a session by Eric on intro to MetaMask Snaps and Flask, followed by a Q&A. Cool. So what exactly is MetaMask? You all might know MetaMask as a self-custodial wallet or as a software wallet, right? But first, what exactly is the difference between a custodial and self-custodial wallet? So a custodial wallet is a software-based wallet that in which the custody is done by a third party, which means that the funds are held by a third party, such as an exchange or a server, right? Whereas a self-custodial wallet is software. It is also called firstly as a non-custodial wallet, and it's a software that lets you own your assets, own your funds. So you do the whole custody, right? And we'll get to understand this better through this video.
This is Sam. Sam uses the internet just like the rest of us. Lots of apps she uses.
Just to make sure the audio is there, right?
It's perfect. It's perfect,
Yes,
Manveer.
yes, yes. It is.
Is seed-free, but they actually come at a cost. She knows the internet isn't very secure and strangers own her data. Credit cards are stolen, identities get hacked. She has to navigate a maze of ads just to surf the web, and she knows someone is always watching. But she's heard there's a better way. And then Sam sees it, the promise of a new internet powered by the Ethereum blockchain, an amazing combination of technologies the world is building together that are reinventing how we connect to one another. And it's just within her reach. But to access this new world, she needs the right tools. Meet MetaMask, your connection to the new web. MetaMask is the tool Sam needs to access this new world. It's a key that connects her to new types of applications. It's a wallet that keeps her data and valuables safe and sound. And it's a shield that protects her from hackers and data collectors. With MetaMask, Sam is ready to explore this new internet safely and securely. The possibilities are endless. Sam can use next generation applications that give control back to the users and the community, own her data, and move seamlessly between sites, and send money across the world at a fraction of the cost. Create new organizations with new currencies that bind her communities together. Crowdsource projects and art, or invest in other people's creations. Sound too good to be true? Well, with great freedom comes great responsibility. Sam controls her own identity on this new internet. No more new passwords for every site she visits. Just a secret phrase that controls her accounts. This phrase is her login, her password, and her proof of ownership, all wrapped up in one. So Sam has to keep it as safe as she possibly can. Now that she's installed MetaMask, Sam's ready to explore the best version of the internet. Vote, crowdfund, buy stuff, publish writing, make art, hire freelancers. What will Sam do first? Whatever she wants. The internet is hers to explore. Welcome to a new kind of internet. Welcome to MetaMask.
All right,
Fantastic video, Manveer. Thanks.
cool.
Thanks.
Uh, so we'll just proceed with the next thing. All right. So just to sum it up, what exactly is MetaMask? It's a self-custodial wallet. It provides you access to your secret recovery phrase. What exactly is a secret recovery phrase? It's basically a mnemonic, a 12 or 24 word mnemonic that is used to that basically acts like a master key to your wallet, right? So it represents your funds basically. And again, a secret recovery phrase derives two key components, that is a public key and a private key. A public key is basically your account. It acts like your basically bank account that you can that you can access to send and receive funds. And a private key essentially represents your, if we do it in traditional finance sense of definition, I would say that acts like a pin to your account. And again, why we do all this? Uh, Taking a real world example, I would say across the world, women in a lot of the regions don't even have access to basic financial services such as even a bank account, right? So it can be very liberating for them. To sum it up, self sovereignty is your gateway to independence and authority. Web3 is your gateway to the sovereign economy, and MetaMask is your gateway to Web3. Cool. So we'll quickly move to the installation and setup part. You would need to visit metamask.io and download MetaMask extension or app for your browser or mobile. So we'll go ahead and do that. Uh, so I am at metamask.io, and here you see an option to download. I'll quickly do that. So you can download it either for Chrome, iOS, or Android. I'll go ahead with install MetaMask for Chrome, and it
Cool.
takes
Do
me to
try following Manveer's steps as he goes, because
yeah.
this will help you follow the entire process step by step. If you don't have a wallet, etc., he'll guide you throughout the way. So you shouldn't face any challenges. In case you do, please drop it in the chat, and I'll bring it up to Manoj.
Yep. And this is a hands-on workshop, folks. So actually, you can uh, go to new screen in your browser extensions and actually do exact step-to-step process that Manveer is explaining. In case you are facing any challenges, or in case you are facing Manveer is going too fast, just let us know in chat, and we'll just ask Manveer to re-explain or probably just repeat the entire step or procedure as well.
Cool. So what I'll do is I'll click on Add to Chrome, and I'll click on Add Extension.
Manbir, we can still see your slide. You'll might
Oh,
have
okay.
to, yeah.
Let me check.
Your audio is slightly lower, so if you could, yeah, either speak louder or get closer to the mic, that would be amazing.
Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. So is this window visible where I'm showing
Yeah,
MetaMask.io?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Cool. So I'll go ahead and click on download, and it takes me to basically this Chrome Web Store, and it was earlier showing install it for Chrome. So I what I did is I simply clicked on that, and it has simply installed MetaMask over here, and I've opened that. It shows me welcome to MetaMask, connecting you to Ethereum and decentralized web. We're happy to see you. I'll click on get started, and it gives me two options. So if you already have a secret recovery phrase, you can go ahead and import your wallet using this option, but we'll go ahead and create a new wallet. All right, so this is an option where you can help us improve MetaMask, but what we'll do is we'll allow the users to opt out via settings and send anonymized click and page view events, but we'll never collect keys, addresses, transactions, balances, hashes, or any personal information. We never collect your full IP address ever, and we'll never sell your data for profit. So I'll go ahead and click on I agree, and I would need to add a new password here. So I'll go ahead and do that. You can simply go ahead and read the terms of use and click on create. Now it shows me this screen. So secret recovery phrase again. So what's the basic difference between a password and a secret recovery phrase? A password acts as a front gate to access basically your wallet, whereas a secret recovery phrase is a 12-word phrase that is a master key to your wallet and is used to access your funds on a blockchain network. How to secure your secret recovery phrase? Let's get to know through this video.
It's a new way to connect to sites and applications. On traditional websites, a central database or bank is responsible for controlling and recovering your accounts. But on MetaMask, all of the power belongs to the holder of a master key. Whoever holds the key controls the accounts. Your secret recovery phrase is your master key. It's a series of 12 words that are generated when you first set up MetaMask, which allow you to recover your wallet and funds if you ever lose access. It's important that you secure your wallet by keeping your secret recovery phrase very safe and very secret. If anyone gets access to it, they will have the master key to your wallet and can freely access and take all of your funds. To secure your MetaMask wallet, you'll want to safely save your secret recovery phrase. You can write it down, hide it somewhere, put it in a safe deposit box, or use a secure password manager. Some users even engrave their phrase onto a metal plate. Nobody, not even the team at MetaMask, can help you recover your wallet if you lose your secret recovery phrase. If you haven't written down your secret recovery phrase and stored it somewhere safe, do it now. We'll wait. And remember, never share your secret recovery phrase with anyone, not even us. If anyone ever asks you for it, they're trying to scam you. That's it. Now you know what a secret recovery phrase is and how to keep your wallet safe and secure.
Cool. So basically, I would say treat your secret recovery phrase like your bank account or your ATM pin, basically. The same kind of safety measures that you proceed with your bank account pin, right? So we'll go ahead and click next. Up until here, everything going smooth, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Cool. So here I'll see this screen over now. Secret recovery phrase. Your secret recovery phrase makes it easy to back up and restore your account. So what
Manvir,
will
is MetaMask available on Safari or is it only for Chrome and Firefox?
it's available on these platforms basically Chrome, iOS, and Android for now.
Okay, got it. So for Firefox and Brave, not yet.
For Brave, I'm not too sure, but for Safari, it's not yet.
Okay, got it. Got it. For Brave, it works. Eric says.
All right.
So
Cool.
perfect. So yeah.
Perfect. Cool. So I see this screen, and I'll click here to reveal secret recovery phrase. And what I just did is if this was my personal account, I screwed it up big time because I was not supposed to, share this secret recovery phrase publicly. In case you are doing this publicly, make sure that no one is looking at you. Firstly, don't do this publicly, but make sure you don't have any CCTV camera looking at you or anything like that. And no one should ever get to know your secret recovery phrase. Cool. You should memorize this if possible, else you can store this at a safe place where it cannot be accessed by anyone. So what I'll do is I'll download this recovery phrase. You can click simply download a text file and it there you go. Cool. So I'll go ahead and click next. And what I need to do next is I need to confirm my secret recovery phrase. So I need to select each one of those words in that particular sequence. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Also, folks, Eric from the team just confirmed that MetaMask works across Firefox, Brave, Edge, and of course Chrome. So in case if you were confused, then yeah, you can use it across all those browsers. And like Manvir shared on iOS and Android as well. So feel free to use it across any platform.
Cool. So I've just selected all the words in that sequence, and it says, "Congratulations, you passed the test. Keep your secret recovery phrase safe, and it's your responsibility." Responsibility being the keyword here. And here are a few tips on storing it safely. Never share the phrase with anyone. Save a backup in multiple places. Be careful of phishing. What is phishing? The fraudulent activity of sending emails purporting to be reputable companies. So, in case anyone reaches out to you and claims to be someone from Team MetaMask, it's not us. We never ask you for a secret recovery phrase. If you reach out to support.metamask.io, if you open a ticket over there or something, we would still never ask you for a secret recovery phrase. So, yeah, keep that in mind. And again, if you need to back up your secret recovery phrase, you can find it in settings and security. If you ever have questions or see something fishy, you can contact support through the official support channels. Cool. So I'll click on all done, and it loads up this screen. So here I can see my wallet, right? And if I go back to the slide deck, all right. So the installation part is now done, and moving on to the networks part. What is exactly a blockchain network? A blockchain network is an ecosystem of decentralized applications using which we can interact with DeFi, NFTs, and the metaverse. So it has two key components to it. Firstly, you can see Ethereum mainnet over here, right? So this is the main network. What I can do is I can show hide test networks from here. I'll simply enable that.
Manvir, if you could explain the difference between mainnet and test
Yeah,
network
yeah,
and what is the relevance of each one.
right, right. Going ahead with that, right? So, what exactly is a testnet and a mainnet, right? A testnet is a prototype of a blockchain network used by the developers for developing and testing. And funds on a testnet are not real. So, ETH on a testnet is not real. So, that's only for testing purposes. And mainnet is completely developed by a blockchain network, developed blockchain network for users to transact using real tokens, right? And as I can see over here, I get these options, right? Ropsten, Go1, and Rinkaby, and Golink. So these are test networks, and Ethereum mainnet is the main network over here. So what I can do is, let me just do this. So what we can do is we can add a custom network as well. As you can see, custom RPC option over here. As you can see, add network, right? So you can, what you can do is add a custom network. So if you need to add a network like Polygon, BSC, etc., you can do that from this option. And it asks me for these things, right? Um, to add a custom network such as Polygon BSC, so you can select custom RPC. It would ask you for these things: network name, RPC URL, chain ID, currency symbol, and block explorer URL. So network name is basically anything like Polygon BSC, the name of the network, right? URL that points to the URL of that network. Chain ID is something that makes sure that the transactions happening on a test network could not be replayed on the mainnet. uh, and currency symbol is something that is the currency that is native to that network. So on Ethereum network, it's ETH. On Polygon network, it's Matic, and so on. And block explorer URL. So this is basically to explore the transactions that happen. So to add a new network, what we can do is we can simply get these details by searching add network name to MetaMask, like add Polygon to MetaMask on Google. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Manbir, is network name case sensitive or anyone can just
I'll assume it's case sensitive, but I'm not too sure. But it's most
got
likely
it?
case sensitive. Yeah, Eric could
Got
confirm that probably.
sure.
Yeah, and yeah, over there we see docs. So we'll use only the official channels for adding a network. So this is Polygon docs, and I'll go ahead and scroll down. Okay. So we'll need to add these details over there, right? Network name, RPC URL, chain ID, currency symbol, and block explorer. So I can copy these details from here, and I can paste them over there on my wallet, right? But what the better could be is why not we save some time, right? So I'll quickly go to chainlist.org, and what Chainlist helps us do is it helps us add a network in one click. So if you open chainlist.org, you get an option to connect your wallet from here. I'll go ahead and do that. Let me check. Cool. So it opens up my MetaMask wallet and it shows the account over here. I'll click on next and I'll click on connect. So my wallet is now connected. It's showing the wallet address over there. And what I can do is I can add Polygon mainnet, I can add Binance Smart Chain from here, any network I would like to add. So I can add Polygon by clicking here. So it shows me all the details that were required, right? Network name, network URL, chain ID. You can click on all details to check them. So this is basically what we were supposed to fetch, right? It is fetching that automatically. So I'll click on approve and I'll click on switch network. Now when we go to MetaMask, and as you can see, Polygon mainnet is now added. I'll simply switch to Ethereum for now. Good. So now that's done. Um, let's go ahead with some real launches, right? Let's go ahead and do a rocket launch, shall we? Or let's simply keep it for sending and receiving crypto for now, right? Cool. So when we go to the wallet, you'll see zero ETH over there. So I don't have any funds on my wallet at the moment. But what you can do is you can visit this website. That is faucet.paradigm.xyz. You can get some test tokens over there that can add it to your test network, right? So what you need to do is you need to sign in with your Twitter account, and you need to paste your wallet address over here. So I can copy my wallet address from here. It says copy, and then I can paste it here. So what it says is I've already claimed tokens within the past 24 hours. So I can claim in only once per day, right? So it says token already claimed, but you can go ahead and do that if you'd like to now. And I'll move back to my wallet. Cool. So what I can do is I can try doing a transaction on a test network right now. Cool. So I would need my address, so I can copy my address. So I've added some test tokens on some other wallet within some other window, right? So what I can do is I can click on send. I can paste the address that I've copied, and I can specify the amount of ETH that I need to transfer. So we can go ahead with small amount, right? 0.05 ETH, and it shows you the amount. You can select max amount from here, and I'll click on next. So it shows me the estimated gas fee. So what is exactly the gas fee, right? So for validating the transaction on a blockchain network, there needs to be some sort of fees that need to be paid to the nodes that are validating those transactions, right? And this is basically that gas fee. And you can also adjust the gas fee directly from a MetaMask wallet. You can do that from edit option right there, but we'll go ahead with confirm. You can directly see the amount of gas fee that is going to take. I'll click on confirm, and yeah, as you can see, it says send, and the transaction is pending, right? So you can see some of the details like the gas used, total gas fee, max gas fee per use. And what I can do is I can view the transaction on a block explorer. So what exactly is a block explorer? So Etherscan, for example, is a block explorer that is native to Ethereum network. So this is the Ethereum blockchain explorer. And what I can do is, okay, as you can see, Etherscan basically shows me the transaction details and the wallet details. So if we visit Etherscan, I'll go ahead and copy this transaction hash from here. And if we visit etherscan.io, what I can do is I can simply paste the contact address over there, and I can search for that. So you'll wait for it to load, and it simply loads up the transaction details, the transaction hash. So if you need to give out the transaction hash to someone to verify that the transaction actually made it through, we can do that from that option, right? And the block in which the transaction was included, the timestamp at which the transaction happened, to and from the browser, value of ether that was sent out, and the transaction fee. Cool. And what I
Manveer,
can also,
one question here. Is the gas fees usually proportional to the transaction amount, and how does the gas fee work across different networks, right? If you could share a bit more about that, say
sure.
Ethereum, Polygon, and whatnot, right? And
Yeah.
across these networks, and whether it is proportional to the amount or not. What are some maybe hacks to save on gas fees or something?
Sure. So gas fee does not depend on the amount of ETH you're sending or the amount of funds you're sending. It does not matter if you're sending $10 or $100 or $100,000. So what it depends on is how many pending transactions there are at the moment on any network, right? So for example, if you're using so if you're using Ethereum network and there are a lot of pending transactions, the more the number of transactions, the more the gas fee will increase, right? But to as a I would say to basically get through that, what you can do is you can use layer 2 solutions like Polygon, for example, or Arbitrum to decrease the fee that you get to pay. You can do that. So I hope that helps.
Yep, super helpful.
Cool. And yeah, so that's about Etherscan. And what I can also do is I can simply copy my wallet address um, from here, and I can also explore the wallet. I can simply paste it over here. and it shows me this screen, right? So it shows me the balance. So this is again test tokens. These are not real tokens, and it shows me the tokens that I currently hold. So DAI, Rabdith, etc. And it shows me the transactions that are happened through my wallet. Uh, the block in which these transactions were included, the timestamp at which these transactions happened to and from the wallet, and the value that that was sent out, basically the transaction fee that was taken. So all these details are visible publicly because this is a public ledger, right? You can go ahead and see these details on Etherscan. Cool. So now back to the slide. Now, MetaMask Swaps. What exactly is MetaMask Swaps? It is a built-in feature that lets you swap tokens directly from your wallet. Swaps combines data from multiple decentralized exchanges or DEXs, aggregated market makers, etc., to ensure that MetaMask users always get the best price with the lowest network fee. Cool. So I'll go ahead and show you the feature right now. I'll switch to the other test network, that is Ropsten, or I can switch to Rinkeby. Go. So I get this option to swap tokens, right? So I can swap from Ethereum to some other token, ETH to some other token, say DAI, and I can specify the amount that I need to swap, right?
Manbir, we spoke about the public key. So,
Yeah.
in that case, literally anyone who has my address or public key or say ENS can view the balance that I hold in my wallet, right?
Yep, that's right. So you can go ahead and if you have someone's public address, you can go ahead and search it up on Etherscan and you can view the transactions.
Got it.
But yeah, there are solutions coming up out there. There's zero knowledge technology that shows up only the essential information. So we might see in future that the transactions are not entirely visible, or only the essential data is visible. But that's for some other session, right? Cool. So this is MetaMask Swaps over here. Let me just pull out the full version of this. Okay. So it shows me these options, right? Advanced options, slippage tolerance. So this is basically how much the amount that can slip out while making a transaction, right? And what I can do is I can click on review swap. So it compares across various aggregated market makers and decentralized exchanges to get you the best code. So you don't have to go to any other platform to do a swap. You can simply do that from within your MetaMask wallet. And I'll click on swap, and as you can see the processing has started, and you can view it directly in the activity as well over there. Cool. Switching back to the slides, adding a custom token. Cool. So how can you add a custom token, right? As you can see.
Manbir, what does a custom token mean?
Right.
If you
So
could
as you can
explain the
see,
difference.
ETH, right? Zero ETH on my wallet, but there are multiple tokens out there that can exist on any blockchain network, right? So, for example, on Ethereum network itself, there can be multiple ERC20 tokens that you can add to your wallet. And what you can do is you can simply click on import tokens. And for example, I need to add Uni, right? Uniswap token. I can search for it from here, and I can click on next. I can click on import tokens.
So before you do any transactions in this token, you will have to first do this before that, right?
Yep, exactly. You would need to add a token to your MetaMask wallet
Okay,
before adding that, getting that on your wallet. And yeah,
got it.
so you might
And if
not see,
someone,
yeah,
sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
let me, yeah. So if someone just sends me, suppose if you send me Uniswap tokens, right? But I don't have it in my MetaMask or I haven't configured it. How would that work?
Okay, so if you are sending me a Uni token, right? Or if I'm sending you.
Yeah, suppose I have not configured a Uni token in my wallet, but you send me Uni tokens. What would happen in that case?
Okay, so the token would the amount would still get added to your wallet, but it would not show up on your wallet. So it's not that you're not receiving the amount, you are receiving the amount. And if you go ahead on Etherscan, if you see in your transactions, you will see that you have received uni token, but you will not see in your wallet until you add that token from this option, from import
Got
tokens.
got it.
But you
Got it.
might not see all the tokens listed here, because only the famous ones, only those that have a proper liquidity and all that, get listed over here. So if I
Got it.
need to add a new token, say for example, give me any example of any token, say USDT, right? USDT is also there, but in case, assuming that it's not there, right? So what I can do is I can search for Tether USDT. It shows me this, right? So I see multiple things over here, but what matters is the contract ID over here. So what I can do is I can copy the address from here. So this is the contract address that I would need to paste here. So you can go ahead and click on custom token. You can paste the contract address over here. And as you can see, the token symbol and token decimal gets added automatically. You don't need to take care of that. Yeah, MetaMask take care of that. You can click on add custom token. You can click on import tokens, and as you can see, that's added. So it's that easy, I would say. Cool. So back to the slides. uh, NFTs, all right. So what exactly is an NFT? An NFT is a non-fungible token. It's a digital asset that can represent real-world objects similar to a deed. So if you give out something to someone, say, be it a picture of something, right? A picture of, say, Mona Lisa. So it can act as a deed in real world. But what on blockchain? So these things are verified on blockchain. So I can basically verify the ownership on top of a blockchain. Examples include art, music, videos, in-game items, GIFs, etc. So these NFTs can be bought and sold using crypto like ETH, and I'll go ahead and visit the biggest NFT marketplace, that is OpenSea. And as you can see, it gives
Tanvir,
me an
just for
option.
context, our last session was entirely on NFTs.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah, so they have like a fair understanding of NFTs, but would be great to see, the demo of how
Right,
does
right.
one go about it. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So I'll open that within this window. This is basically going to be on testnet itself. We're not using real funds again. So what I can do is I can click on explore, and as you can see, these are some of the NFTs that you can buy, and you can also list your own NFTs over there. What I can do is I can basically connect my wallet from here. All right, from there, as you can see, you get an option to connect your MetaMask wallet, right? Uh, I'll reload this. All right. So I get an option to select the account that I want to connect. I click on simply connect, and as you can see, the wallet is now connected. I can simply go ahead and purchase a new NFT from there. And the way I can do it is basically it shows me the current price, right? I can click on buy now. I need to switch to the network, switch to the Drinkabee testnet. So I'll just do that, and I'll click on sign. So what it is essentially asks for is to sign the basically authentication that is required to do. So on Web2 websites or applications, you might have seen signing in with your Facebook account or signing in with your, say, Twitter account, right? Or authenticating with your Gmail account. It works a similar way. So we're authenticating with our MetaMask wallet basically. So I can sign the authentication here. All right. So I don't have the funds required, but what you can essentially do is you can click on confirm checkout, and it would simply show up in your wallet right there. And if I click on my profile, this is where your NFTs would show up under the collected section. And if you receive an NFT from someone, they would show up in the hidden section. But you can click on three dots option from on any NFT, and you can click on unhide, and they would be visible over here and under the collected session. Cool.
Folks, if you have claimed the early believers NFT, this is exactly how you
Right.
get to show it on on your OpenSea profile. So if you have claimed it already, it would be airdropped and be visible under the hidden section. So what you need to do is unhide it like Manbir showed just now, and then it will be visible in your public profile.
Yes.
Yeah. And what people can do is people can also look into your publicly listed NFTs and make an offer, right using this website OpenSea basically. So you can, if people like your NFTs that you're holding, people can also make an offer to purchase an NFT, right? Cool. So moving ahead to the next topic, that is ENS. What is ENS exactly? So this is Ethereum name service. You can consider it as similar to DNS as compared to Web2, but this is decentralized and secured by Ethereum network. So I'll go ahead and visit the ENS website. And what it offers is, as you might have seen, that we use complex addresses, right, while using a MetaMask wallet. So this address over there gets pretty big, right? And it's not easy to share it across. It's not easy to remember it. What ENS does, it replaces your address with a name such as Vitalik.eth or Manbi.eth, etc. So what I can do is I can click on go to app, and I can connect my wallet from there. It automatically loads up, as you can see. I'll click on next, and I'll click on connect. All right. So the thing is, I'm using the test network right now. So you need to switch to the main network. I'll try doing that. And now if I connect, as you can see, it shows up my address over there along with main network, right? So what I can do is I can search for a new name. So for example, MetaMask demo, right? It shows me MetaMask demo.eth. And what I can do is I can purchase this ENS domain right from there. So gas fees, it seems it's low at this point. So what you can do is you can purchase it for 5 years or up to say 10 years even, so that you could save up your gas amount, right? You don't need to pay a lot of amount at again and again every year. So what I can do is I can simply request to register, and I can register my address, and I can hook it up with my MetaMask wallet. I'm not going ahead and doing that because it would be a lengthy process, but it's as easy as simply purchasing an NFT. Cool. So moving on to the next topic, security best practices. So as I've mentioned earlier, never share your secret recovery phrase, never share your private keys with anyone. Private keys essentially represent your funds basically. Never enter your secret recovery phrase or private keys into any website online. MetaMask will never DM you to basically help you, to offer support. Never DM anyone offering to help again. And beware of fake website. There are a lot of fake website that claim to be official MetaMask channel. So beware of them. Official one is this, and official help is this one basically. So do not DM or call any number that claims to be MetaMask support. Never send your information via email, and do not contact emails sent to you that attempt to basically contact you. Do not send tokens to people who ask for them, and they are scammers again, no matter how sincere they sound, right? And again, do not connect to contact addresses that you might not feel are safe, that are not trusted. Do not connect to dApps that are not trusted. So those are some of the security best practices. All right. So next up, I would like to hand it over back to the TPF team.
Awesome, awesome. Manveer, thanks
Thanks,
for
thanks,
running
Manvi.
us through the entire process so quickly and in such a comprehensive way. Hope, I'm hoping that everyone pretty much enjoyed it. Was a quick demo of how this works. If you have more questions, please post it in the Q&A tab. We'll try taking some once we have some time towards the end.
Yep.
Manbir, would you like to call Jacob or Eric onto the stage? Just let me know and I'll bring them on.
Sure. Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Hey everybody, can people hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes, Jacob, can hear
Yes.
you
Yes.
perfectly fine.
Hey, Jacob. Hey, Eric.
Amazing. So I've been trying to answer a bunch of questions in the question queue. There's so many of them. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna share my screen. Can people see my screen okay?
Yep, it's perfect.
Cool. So hi, I'm Jacob. I am lead of operations at MetaMask. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a topic that we don't get to talk about as much, which is like the how and why MetaMask is working to democratize access to the decentralized web. There's a lot of products that access Web3 out there, but our values and vision and those sort of things are really important, and I think it's really important that we build a decentralized web that we can be proud of. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. So a little bit of background here. I don't think it'll be a surprise to most people that Web 2 and everything that it has built has some really deep problems. I grew up using a version of the web where it was weird. It was an amazing place that was going to make information more free, that was going to connect people in new ways. It was going to make society more democratic. And instead, we found that people could build things like social networks or video streaming platforms or different kinds of apps, but those apps didn't have a native business model. And Web 2 didn't have within it any sort of native transactional layer or native business model. And so we, the people, became their product. Our most private and intimate conversations, our searches, those all became a part of building profiles on us, surveilling us across the web. And these platforms constantly got hacked. They leak our data, they leak our private information. They're making us addicted. They show us the most incendiary content so that we hate one another, and they manipulate us in some pretty profound ways. And what's really what's really ironic about this is that the same people who are using Web 2, we all kind of hate it. Like, we use it because it's how we connect to each other. But the people who participate in these systems, they're not the ones who are benefiting from these systems. We just do it because we sort of have to. So I want to talk to you about MetaMask, why we're building, why we're building this gateway to the decentralized web, why we want to enable people to access the decentralized web, why that's so important. So first, I'll just say a little bit about what MetaMask is. Manbir already has shared so much with you, so there's not too much to say, but we are the leading way to access the decentralized web. We provide not only a wallet, which in the old days, people thought that blockchains would just have these like really simple wallet softwares that would be used to send and receive funds. But MetaMask actually provides APIs that you can use to send and receive from any website. We try to make those interactions as accessible as possible. I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit more in a minute. But we want to be the most extensible and universal wallet. This means that developers can build anything they want, whether it's a community, whether it's an NFT platform, whether it's a social network, whether it's a productivity app, whether it's a decentralized finance platform. Like whatever people want to build, they can build using MetaMask, and you don't have to ask us permission. And we're the most universal wallet. We access virtually every decentralized application. I mean, there's a few exceptions out there that the dApp developers chose not to integrate their site with MetaMask, but generally we're a universal wallet for accessing the decentralized web. We're cross-platform. We have a mobile app and the browser extension, and we support hardware wallets for heightened security. So you can connect your hardware wallet to MetaMask. You can keep your keys completely off of your device if you think your device might be compromised. And we'll ultimately provide a lot more than that in terms of security that I can talk to you about. But the Web3 values that are there on the right-hand side, those are values for Web3, but they're really also values for us in how we architect the wallet. So I'll talk to you a little bit about what these mean practically in the wallet space. So these are our 5 basic principles for a more consensual web, or for creating user experiences that are empowering. So the user has to own their own accounts. That means that the accounts are either stored locally or your keys are stored locally, and you're unlocking accounts which are held on a blockchain. Those accounts are interoperable across different applications, but basically the user owns their own accounts. The interface is accessible. It demystifies what you're doing so that you can make decisions that you actually want to engage in, instead of a site where you have a little checkbox and you check that box and consent to everything in the world without ever reading the agreement, and allow some Web2 custodian to run your life. A request from a site has to be super explicit. It has to be really clear what that site is asking you for. And we have to empower the user as much as possible by allowing them to make the best decisions. Any permission that you grant to a site, that you grant to a smart contract, that has to always be revocable. And you should never be forced to share more than you want to with the sites that you're interacting with. So we support progressive sharing. We allow you to only share one of the many accounts inside of your wallet, so that site can't know about other things. We provide a permission system where you can control, what a site has access to. So let's talk about what it means to meaningfully decentralize the wallet space, and what decentralization means at the wallet layer, because there's a lot of misconception about this. So there's basically 3 core principles to decentralizing at the wallet level. This includes permissionless key management, permissionless APIs, and progressive community ownership. So what does it mean, permissionless key management? Well, it means that no third party can ever take or deny you access to your keys. And you can hold your keys in whatever way that you see fit, whatever way that you yourself want to hold those keys. So today, that includes our software wallet, which encrypts the keys locally on your phone or on your computer. It includes hardware wallets where you can hold the keys externally on an external device, so that in case your device becomes compromised, you don't lose your keys. But it'll also include in the future things like multi-sig wallets, social recovery wallets, key sharding, where you can split the keys across multiple devices and approve transactions across multiple devices. No wallet should ever be able to deny someone access to their keys, even if they wanted to, which we don't. The second is the permissionless Web3 APIs. So these are the APIs that make MetaMask so extensible and that allow you to do so much with MetaMask. So MetaMask can be connected to any dApp. We can't control what dApps you connect to. It can connect to any node service. So a node is like a server that you use to retrieve data from the blockchain, or that you use to process and send and receive transactions. We provide a default node service, which is Infura, but you can also run your own nodes. You can connect to any other node service that you choose. It's completely permissionless. And you can also connect to any blockchain. So we provide APIs that allow you to connect to Polygon, to Avalanche, to Arbitrum or Optimism, or any chain that you choose, without ever having to ask us permission, without ever having to ask us to integrate this with the wallet. Instead, these APIs let you connect to anything permissionlessly. And then the other aspect of thinking about Web3 APIs is that the APIs have to be maximally extensible. They have to enable as much functionality through these APIs as possible in a permissionless way. So today you can build any kind of dApp that you can dream, but in the future, you're going to be able to build wallets inside of the wallet. You're going to be able to build features inside of the wallet itself through something I'm going to tell you guys about, which is called MetaMask Snaps. And then lastly, it's always been a foundational principle of the wallet to be community owned and to progressively decentralize every aspect of the wallet over time. So this means that wallets should be meaningfully owned by the communities who contribute to them, whether those are the developers who are building dApps or who are committing code to the wallet, or whether it's the users who are using things. But that community ownership, it has to be meaningfully owned by individuals. It doesn't mean, to just hand over ownership to whoever uses the swaps contract the most or something like that. It means to find ways to actually make this owned by the individuals who compose the wallet, which is a super hard problem. All right, so everything should just be amazing, right? Well, the decentralized web has some pretty deep problems today, and we have to find solutions as a community to solve these. So like the 2017, 2018 ICO bubble had a bunch of projects that were basically cash grabs, promising things to people that couldn't actually be built at that time. And we have a lot of the same types of things. I put a picture of Pixelmon in the top right corner because it's a really ugly, bad-looking NFT project that promised a lot of things to people and didn't deliver on those. And a lot of the dApps that we see new people entering from Web 2, and they try to make a walled garden where their dApp has its own wallet and it has its own, it's really siloed, and it's basically just a token gimmick on top of a highly centralized use case. There's also been, we've seen like DeFi 2.0 with hyperinflationary economics that basically kind of look like Ponzi schemes where people are having their savings inflated away while thinking that they're earning a high yield. DeFi has to be more than just short-term cycling between different liquidity pools and allowing the people who get in and out the fastest to make money. Like that's not what this is about. We have a responsibility to all of us to help our friends to stay safe from phishing scams and rug pulls, and to support projects that share our values and that are regenerative to society, that build new communities, and that that they don't represent systemic risk to our ecosystem, where when they're compromised, or because they're building in a highly centralized way, they put thousands or even millions of people's funds at risk. So I want to build a sustainable, regenerative, decentralized web that I can be really proud to be a part of. And so I want to talk to you about some principles that I believe in for doing that. So Web3 offers the opportunity for community ownership. This means that the people who participate in systems can become the owners of those systems themselves. Now, Uniswap famously was able to airdrop their tokens to everyone who had historically used the Uniswap protocol. This has become super commonplace, but it's also becoming really hard because now there are large VCs which are airdrop farming these contracts, where they run thousands of basically fake accounts through that contract in order to farm the rewards and to deny the users of those platforms the ability to get those tokens, and to obscure who actually are the people who are participating in the system. So we need new types of identity, like social graphs, where we can see who's connected to who, and where we can make attestations, which mean like I attest that this platform is this thing, that this token is the right token, that this person is a unique person. And then decentralized identity protocols that can allow us to do fair, more democratic governance, fair distribution. And our platforms have to be more interoperable. We have to make it easier for people to move assets between dApps within one chain, or to move assets between chains. We want to break down the walled garden aspect of our ecosystem and support interoperability and universality, which ultimately makes all of our products have greater utility, because our tokens that were made for a game can be used in a DeFi platform, or because our community can access certain NFTs. Like, we can do all kinds of new things by supporting greater utility. When we're building in the ecosystem, we want to start by building things that people will love. So it's no mistake that I am not a big fan of things that start by pumping a token. And I'm a huge fan of some projects that started without any sort of monetization model or any sort of token model. So like Dark Forest, this is a real-time strategy game. If you join their Discord and you ask them how to make money, they'll tell you, well, you don't. This is a game that uses blockchain to be more fun. Skiff.org it's kind of like Google Docs, where you can share a document with anyone's Ethereum address, and you can use MetaMask to encrypt and decrypt those documents so that only you can access those documents, or the people who you want to have access to those documents by using their public address. And you can really build in these utility first ways, and then figure out monetization or governance and stuff over time as we build things that are useful. I'll just touch on this really briefly, but we're seeing a lot of new social graph and identity protocols like Sprightly, Lens Protocol, Proof of Humanity. These let you build social graphs, build attestations about what's safe, what's not safe, to see what your friends are doing, and to follow people that you trust, to see who are unique humans. These decentralized identity protocols, they're a much bigger deal than just an Ethereum address or an ENS address that anyone can fake. And then we have to build for extensibility. So the most powerful products that we see, they're ones that really focused on interoperability and extensibility. So in the right hand there, this is one of the very first DAO mergers. So the Fei token and the Rari team actually teamed up to merge two different DAOs and to make new DeFi primitives. This is a really exciting story that I think can applies to a lot of things, like NFTs from one game being brought into a different game, or the possibility for people to join different communities that they're a part of. MetaMask has client-side APIs that allow you to do a lot of things that are not that well known. So like, you can do a transaction request, that's the most common thing, but you can also do signatures so that people can vote, so that they can prove that they are who they say they are, so that they can sign into a platform. And then we also offer encrypt, decrypt APIs that you can use with things like skiff.org or Mask Network to encrypt and decrypt messages, so that only the people that you want to read those messages can read those messages. And then we're also launching something called MetaMask Snaps. So I was alluding to this earlier. MetaMask Snaps allows anyone to build new features directly for the wallet. So this can be custom blockchain protocols, like you can install a Bitcoin snap and use a Bitcoin wallet inside of MetaMask. You can do this. There's teams building snaps for Solana, for Filecoin, for Starkware, for ZK Sync. These snaps are super extensible and can even allow you to do things beyond custom protocols, like custom account types. So you could import a Gnosis safe multi-sig wallet into your MetaMask. You could interact with a messaging or notification protocol, do like custom types of security or key management, subscribe to anti-scam lists. There's really no limit to everything that this is going to enable. It's currently available in MetaMask Flask, which is our developer build, which allows anyone to start building these snaps. And we plan to launch this in production this year. So this is an example of what they look like. So when you're connecting to a site, the site can ask you for permission to add this snap to your wallet. And that snap can start to do all kinds of new things that were never previously possible. So we're a little over on time, so I'm going to go super quick and actually, you know what? One last thing. How do these snaps keep you safe? How do you make sure that these snaps can't compromise the wallet? So the snaps are actually sandboxed using something called secure ECMAScript, which allows these snaps to be sandboxed and to never have access to anything besides what the user has granted them access to. All right, so I'm going to stop there and I'm going to hand it over to my good friend Eric.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jacob.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Yeah. Eric, will love your setup. Everyone probably does by now.
Yeah.
All right, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear and see you fine.
All right. So yeah, like he said, my name is Eric. I am the developer relations manager for MetaMask. There's a bio there if you want to find out more about me. I've been on the team since January. I'm fairly new to Web3, but I just want to say to everyone that's in Web2 that's kind of looking at Web3 that there's a place here for everyone, and it's not really as hard to get started. It's a little bit hard at first, but things start to make sense after a while. So I'm going to have a bunch of resources at the end of this talk that are not only about MetaMask snaps, but also MetaMask in general. So if you hang in till the end, any questions that aren't answered, we can either try to answer or they might be in those resources that I give. So today I'm going to take you a little bit deeper into MetaMask snaps, but kind of at a high level, quick intro, so we can get out of here on time. So snaps is a system that allows any developer team or Web3 project to expand the capabilities of MetaMask safely, kind of like Jacob was talking about. At MetaMask, we view snaps as one of the most important features for the future of MetaMask and Web3 in general. Snaps allows you to extend the functionality of MetaMask at runtime without asking us for permission, without asking anyone for permission for that matter, except for the user. Because that is, what the future of Web3 is all about: decentralized, permissionless, and users in control. Maybe not kids, but I couldn't find a better meme. So snaps are one of the first major features available for use in MetaMask Flask. So like he said, MetaMask Flask is the developer build. It's a canary. Think of like a nightly build version of a browser or something, right? So it's a canary distribution of the MetaMask extension. And we have a nice little purple logo. So if you ever see someone like presenting and they're using a MetaMask wallet and it's got the little purple logo, that's MetaMask Flask. So it's a purple logo to distinguish between the regular MetaMask logo, which is orange. Just thought I'd throw that in there. So all of the development on Flask currently happens behind a build flag in our development branch. So MetaMask Flask, like I said, is the experimental proving ground for the wallet's most cutting edge and innovative features. And this gives us also the ability to one day incorporate those lessons into the main MetaMask distribution. And if you go to MetaMask.io/Flask, this is where developers can learn more about Flask and link to the download, which you can find on the Google Chrome Web Store. So now that we know a little bit about Flask, right? It's a different version of MetaMask that enables snaps. Snaps is actually the first main feature. We have a link on the page, also or on the slide here, and also will be in the resources provided at the end, which this is great information for getting started with snaps. Snaps is a trustless and secure environment running inside of MetaMask Flask using SES. Permissions can be requested from the user, and these snaps can have their own API, as well as they can use the existing methods that are provided within MetaMask. Snaps at the minimum are just an NPM package. They can be built with JavaScript, TypeScript, WASM. They contain a snap manifest and a package.json, and everything gets bundled into a single file, JS file that we use, and we provide a bundler floor. So you can easily get started and learn about how all of this is done by visiting our Snaps development guide, also available in the resources at the end of the talk. So again, Snaps is simply a JavaScript program running in the sandbox environment inside of MetaMask Flask, which does not get any capabilities by default. I'm going to walk you really quick through a file snap demo, which is available for you to explore through our resources. This demo will show how we can add support for the Filecoin token, which is not a native Ethereum token, into MetaMask. So what we do when we visit one of these dApps that allows you to install a snap, here on the Filecoin snap demo, or this is kind of like their website, their dApp, we can click connect, and we get a permission request from the Filecoin dApp that Chainsafe has built. So Chainsafe is the people behind Filecoin. This gives the user the ability to install this snap identified by an NPM URL, which we can see comes directly from the Chainsafe org, and it lives on their NPM. So like we know it's from them. Now, when we hit connect, we get a second confirmation, right? Lots of confirmations. We always want to ask the user. This is from the snap itself. Now, MetaMask Flask has fetched the snap from NPM. It's unpacked it. It's read its manifest in order to display this confirmation. And if we click on the NPM link at the top, we can go to the package listing and confirm it comes directly from Chainsafe, like I said. Now, below we see a complete list of all the sensitive permission that this snap wants to access. So access to the internet, display confirmations in MetaMask, store and manage its data on your device, but also manage our Filecoin keys. So this permission will give the snap the private key that it needs to generate accounts for the Filecoin protocol from the user's secret recovery phase that's inside of MetaMask, and without actually sharing that, over the web. So MetaMask has the ability to share that. So we're going to be giving the capability to MetaMask to manage Filecoin keys here, and so this can work with any SLIP44 compatible protocol that uses BIP32 or BIP44 to generate its keys. Go look that stuff up later, but just wanted to throw that out there. And if we click approve and install, we'll get to the end here. We make sure that the user understands that they're giving key access to this snap, but only to the protocols that you see in the list, right? So now that the approval is complete and the snap is installed, we can see that the dApp now shows us our Filecoin account balance and other public information. But this dApp now has added capabilities to it that didn't exist before in MetaMask. The address is a valid Filecoin address, and so is the public key. And all that was generated with Filecoin protocol, with Filecoin Protocol Labs crypto implementations. So running inside of MetaMask now, and I can see the transaction and I can sign messages and stuff like that. So if we were to scroll down a little bit on this page, I know it's screenshots, but if we were to scroll down a little bit, we can actually sign a message and say, hello, MetaMask from Chainsafe.io, and click approve. And then I get a response back. And this works equally well for transactions, exporting private keys, etc. Basically anything I gave this app the permission to do. We also have some new features shipping from our work with hackers at ETH Denver that will enable calling WASM, WebAssembly functions, which is very powerful. You can see a demo of that in our ETH Denver talk by Eric with a K from our Snaps team. And that, again, is located in our resources links that I'm going to provide in just a few moments. And that one's called How to Revolutionize Web3 Dev in 20 Minutes. It's a really great talk. If you're interested in snaps, I would suggest taking a look at that. Now, I know Snaps is a little bit more of an advanced feature. You know, if you're getting into web for the first time and you're a user of extensions, you don't go straight into building web extensions for Chrome or something. But as you start to figure out Web3, as maybe you start to work as part of a team or build a team, this is something that you might want to look into so that you can do things in and outside of the regular MetaMask extension. So snaps are very powerful. They can present their own API to websites and use the same MetaMask methods that non-snap dApps can call. Snaps also have access to a limited set of snap exclusive methods. So a snap can go beyond what a dApp can currently do with MetaMask. MetaMask is the gateway to the decentralized web. The wallet is your browser to the blockchain. At its core, it allows us to interact with the blockchain, store keys, sign messages, make transactions, and much more. Beyond the core functionality, we can connect to various chains and test nets, RPCs to read and write, maintain an address book, view historical transactions, display various tokens like ERC20s or maybe 721s, NFTs. We can resolve ENS names to addresses, estimate gas, buy and sell and swap tokens. MetaMask has a huge ecosystem of functionality, and yet there is so much more that it can be. So Snaps helps us to decentralize even more, allowing anyone to build on top of MetaMask and its APIs. And there's only so much functionality that our team can build, right? If you're building a new hardware wallet, you know, you want MetaMask to support your device. You could wait for our team to get to it. On top of all that other features we're building, right? You could wait for us to get to that, or you could empower yourself and you could build the support for your new hardware wallet yourself using Snaps. Maybe you have a new blockchain protocol that's EVM compatible, but it has some additional functionality that MetaMask doesn't support. Maybe you have a protocol that is not EVM compatible and can't be supported just by adding a custom RPC. So you can build your own wallet, spend months or even years making that wallet app to ensure that enabled users, or that you enable users of your protocol, or you could simply add the functionality you need in a snap to support your blockchain and make it available to tens of millions of MetaMask users that already exist today. So think about all the things you wish MetaMask could do. In most cases, you can do all of this with Snaps and benefit from the Snaps ecosystem once more developers are building on top of it. So that's a lot to walk away with and wrap your head around. For that reason, I put together some resources to get more information about Snaps and using Flask. We've got guides, tutorials, articles. We really, really do think that Snaps is going to be one of the most important things that we build here at MetaMask, and we want to help you get a head start. I'll leave the screen up just for another second so that you can screenshot or write it down. It's tinyurl.com/mm-snaps. And with that, again, I'm Eric Bouchard. You can reach out to me on Twitter. My DMs are always open. I hope that you try out Snaps or at least just get into Web3 development. You can always ask me any questions. I'm the developer relations guy here. It's my job. Hit me up on my DMs. And yeah, thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Manbir, Jacob, and Eric. We had
Yeah.
a great time hosting you tonight. Thanks for covering everything in so much detail.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
guys.
super excited for everything that's coming up from Team MetaMask. Awesome.
Thanks.
I think we pretty much covered all the questions in the chat and during the session, so we'll leave that out of the way. But would love to know from each one of you on what are you excited about in the Web3 space. Eric, you said you jumped from Web2 to Web3 pretty recently. So what makes you bullish on Web3, and what are you particularly excited about?
I'm just excited about everything. Like, what I'm most excited about is the ability to work 24/7 on Web3 and with MetaMask. So I'm traditionally more of a front end UI developer with kind of full stack experience. So just seeing all the interesting ways and kind of libraries out there that work with React that can help me to build with MetaMask and connect to dApps. Like, that's what I'm most excited about. But what I'm also excited about is bringing in all of my friends from Web 2 who haven't yet experienced it and reducing the amount of time that it takes for them to get up to speed and also for our users of MetaMask and our developers that use MetaMask, reducing the time for them to get up to speed. So as the tooling gets better and as we build more resources, we hope that that reduces the onboarding ramp, so to speak.
Yeah,
Absolutely, and this is the best. This is probably the best way to onboard Web2 users to Web3, doing hands-on workshops, etc.
correct.
We dropped our early believers NFTs a couple of weeks back, and a bunch of folks created their first wallet that time, first MetaMask wallet that time, and I'm pretty sure in today's session as well, a lot of them. This was the first peek into the amazing journey that Web3 holds for everyone.
Yep.
Manbir, what are you excited about, especially community building? Would love to know from that perspective since community is at the center stage of Web3. So, how are you looking at it?
Sure. So first of all, thanks for doing this session. It was a pleasure being a part of it. And talking about what I'm excited about, I would say the community around MetaMask is growing at a rapid scale. And with MetaMask Naps being one of the key highlights of this session, as well as what we're building on, I would say it presents an opportunity for all the developers out there, not just the users, but also the developers to take part within this ecosystem actively and to build and innovate on top of MetaMask.
Super,
Absolutely.
super,
We are
super.
super bullish on that too. Jacob, would you want to share your thoughts on what makes you excited about Web3? You're on mute in case if you're speaking, if, if that helps.
I think there is some
Okay.
network lag. Yeah.
Maybe Jacob is AFK
Yeah.
or some network issue.
Yeah.
We'll move on, folks. Thank you so much for joining in, everyone. This was a fantastic session. We always love hands-on workshops, and this was a perfect way to understand what wallets are and how to set up one and the intricacies around it. So thanks for sticking in. Sorry for the trouble we had in the initial part of the session. Tech challenges happens to all of us. Thanks for sticking in and
Uh,
uh,
before we
staying with
before we
us.
go, Aditya, Abhay,
Yeah.
could you please remind the participants about bounty program that we're running?
Yes, yes, I was just coming to that. So for this session, we have the bounty of 500 USD. All you have to do is basically share your learnings on Twitter. Make a Twitter thread. You can share it in the form of screenshots. You can share it in the form of memes. You can be as creative as possible. And any sort of notes that you have taken during the session, just make a thread of all the learnings that you have during the session. Tag Manbir, tag MetaMask, tag 0xTPH to stand a chance to win. And we will be announcing the winners very, very soon for the session. Yeah.
Absolutely, folks. I hope you took a lot of notes during the session, and the recording is also on YouTube for you to rewatch it in case you if you want to refer some sections again. Make sure you watch that, create notes like Abhay shared, tag all of them. In fact, Manbir, Eric, Jacob, MetaMask, and TPH. Let everyone know how much you enjoyed this session, and we have another exciting session coming up tomorrow. I'll chat about that in a bit, but. Thanks so much, Manbir, Eric, and Jacob, for joining us tonight. We really hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Anything that you would like to share if MetaMask is hiring, or how can people contribute towards MetaMask in any way, if you'd like to talk about
Yeah.
that for a bit?
So we are hiring. We're in the process of hiring a few developer advocates for various roles, and we will continue to do that. We'll fill a few and then continue to hire a little bit later on. But if you're interested in Web3, Ethereum blockchain, my suggestion is just to go to consensus.net and go down to the bottom of the page and hit careers and browse the roles there, because I'm sure that there's something in there that would be close to kind of what you're doing already. And we are trying to bring experts in from the Web 2 world that sometimes know a lot about Web 3 and sometimes don't, kind of depending on the role. But yeah, I would say check out our roles on consensus.net, right? MetaMask is part of Consensus. So that's where you would find the roles, whether it's MetaMask, Infura, any of the other projects
And we're
that we have.
hiring across all domains, be it marketing, sales,
Yeah.
development, community, all sorts of roles. Basically, we have hundreds of roles
Yeah.
open. You can go ahead and explore them. If you have any doubt regarding any role, you can hit us up on Twitter, and we can help you out.
Absolutely, folks. So you know what you need to do. Check out consensus.net. Ayush has shared it and we have pinned it as well, the careers page. So do check that out. Like Manbir and Eric shared, roles across domains. So highly likely that whatever you are doing in your current role right now, maybe you'll get to do the same and probably more in your new role as well. And no need to share it, but MetaMask, like you know, is the world's largest self-custodial wallet, and you would work with amazing people like
For sure.
everyone on the panel today. So please do make most out of the opportunity. And yep, with that, folks, wanted to wrap up the session tonight. Had a fantastic time with all of you. Thanks for joining in, Manbir, Eric, and Jacob. We'll stay back for just a couple of minutes just to answer any questions. But thanks for joining in, folks. Really
Yeah.
had a great time.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's time that they spent here with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Awesome, awesome. Another session done. How did you like it, folks? Please share it with a bunch of emojis so we know if you like
Yes.
the session. And sorry again for the initial snag. We are definitely working with Team
MetaMask
Hermit to
OP,
make sure.
informative
Yes,
session. Need to
yes.
rewatch for sure. Awesome as always. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the
We'll keep this live for a couple of more hours because we understand we had some problems today at the beginning of the session. So we'll keep it live until, say, maybe a day more if that helps. You can revisit it anytime, again, watch it at your own pace, and make sure you create a lot of notes for the bounty to be won. So,
Yes, once
yeah,
again, I'm just repeating the mount instructions. As similar to previous session, we have a 500 USD bounty for this session as well. All you need to do is create a thread, go to Twitter, put your learnings that you have had during the session, tag Manbir, tag 0xTPH, and tag MetaMask. That's it to submit your.
absolutely. Business as usual, nothing new. You know what to do, and we really hope you like the session. Uh, with that, also, we have a Crypto 101 series coming up tomorrow. So it's very exciting. I'm pretty sure all of you are very curious about crypto and how it works and the use cases largely, right? So, and I had a chance to take a look at the deck, and it is, I can definitely say that it is one of the best ones in this series. So do make
Are
sure
we
you join
are
in
we
tomorrow as
covering
well.
how to become a crypto millionaire also in the session by any chance?
I'm attending exactly for that. So you'll get secrets of everything that crypto holds. So more hands-on for sure. But yeah, fantastic deck again for tomorrow. It has a lot of memes and
Same time. I think
uh,
people who are asking what
pretty
time
fun.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, same time, same place. And by now, if you are following us on Twitter, you already know that we are inviting Anthony
Yes.
Pompliano, for our closing session on 26th. So that will be on a different time. We have announced 6:30 p.m. IST for now, but do keep an eye out on our Twitter
Yeah.
to make sure you don't miss out on that. The Pom session will again be a fireside chat. He's one of the best minds in the Web3 space across the world. So make sure you join in on that
No
one.
doubt about it. Yeah. No doubt
Yep.
about
Slides presented by Manveer. Absolutely, we'll
it. It will be
include
part
that
of
in the
your
Notion
knowledge
knowledge base,
base. Yeah.
so you won't miss out on any slides, any recordings. Don't worry. We'll also announce the LMS soon in the last session. So please don't worry about any of it. Just make sure you fully focus on the sessions, take notes, and then enjoy the sessions. Moreover, so yeah.
Yep.
With
So
that, Abhay, anything else that you would like to share?
not really. I think we can sign off for today. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Yep.
Absolutely, folks. See you tomorrow again. Thanks for joining in and staying with us. I will
Sure.
see
Sure.
you tomorrow, 8 p.m. IST for Crypto 101. Signing
Okay,
off.
folks.
Bye bye.
Bye.